Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bard's Playhouse Presents Tales from Shadow Valley, Season 5, Episode 18, Dr. Farrah, Samatrix. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast. We have Shane as Fleet Admiral Zavid.
Fleet Admiral Savid. It just sounds good. I just want to hear it again.
Fleet Admiral
Ooh.
Zavid.
And
Elliot is...
now I have a new origin that you're going to have to get used to. How about reincarnated god of death, Zavid?
Reincarnated God of Death Zavid. We have Elliot as Reese Goodleaf, the Secret Scourge. Oh, great. As Ash as Hierophant Danny Arion.
Can I pay to see with half clothing on? Also, Black Friday shopping doing it now.
Ew, it's
Get it done, get it done. As always, I am Lumpy Bronzearm and will be your DM for today. Last time, Lux Et Umbra decided to lay low. A false message had been sent to the Skitrix hive mind via a captured synapse drone. The faithful of Urgathoa are traitors. The weapon is on Aukturn the Stranger. As Danny and Corino cooked up some barbecue, Zavid gave out some healing magics and began to remove the riddle of bullets inside of Khan's body. Her godlike powers continued to grow as Khan's command of flesh began to expel the bullets without any aid. This gave Zavid an idea. Perhaps Khan could exert her will upon the flesh of Ralkawi, the former Devourer cultist, to help with the scar on her forehead. Once the unholy symbol of Rovagug, Ralkawi requested the symbol of Lux Et Umbra, which Khan gleefully sculpted. When asked what she would do now, Penelier the Last Sun Spear offered her oath of vengeance upon the Skitrix Prime if Lux Et Umbra could free her of her bonds. Using their godlike powers once again, Penelier's service to the Temple of the Twelve was completed. Before there was a moment to celebrate, Zavid received a sending spell from Pembroke Wessel, the blind seer of Desna. The panicked Zverf Niblin informed him that Nyarlathoteppan bioships had taken to orbit from every planet. Knowing their window of escape had opened, Lux Et Umbra said a tearful goodbye to Corino and stepped once more into the Netherrealm. Having arrived at the Sunrise Maiden, Captain Moriko Nash accepted the coordinates and launched into orbit. Taking a much-needed rest, our heroes quickly arrived at the artificial constellation. 11 of the 12 bathed in a sterilizing beam of gamma radiation, the ship pulled in around the one safe destination. On close approach, Khan had a shocking realization. The planet is fully artificial. An ecumenopolis, a world-sized city. Captain Nash's scans revealed a thin but breathable atmosphere and a small group of about 200 individual life forms. This planet city is otherwise completely devoid of life. Landing amongst the endless debris fields, Zavid created a magical bubble of breathable air for everyone as they disembarked. Using her voice as a civ-tech dowsing rod, Danny began to walk around singing. Before long, Khan spotted some yellow sparks being emitted from a cracked golden crystal. With surgical mending, crafting know-how, Civrac language translation, and a song to kickstart it, the crystal was determined to be a data storage device. Continuing the search, Zavid lifted a fallen wall to find a broken rod with exposed nerve-like glass fibers. Back in the ship, he used his brain surgery experience to attempting to repair the rod, but realized he needed Reese's translation abilities. Once repaired, Khan was shocked to realize that this was a control rod for a truly massive nuclear fusion reactor. Parkouring from ruined wall to collapsed roof, Reese stumbled upon a clearly important device, barely sparking with life from Danny's song. With a whirlwind of teamwork, a Civrac datapad was cobbled together from the varied, barely functional, scavenged tech. With a quick tune, the device hummed to life, showing a map of the world and the locations of working Civ tech, 3 of which were on Khan, the other 3 a few kilometers away. Their destination in hand, Lux Et Umbra began to set off until Ralkawi sensed 2 sentient beings with her psychic aura. To help with communication, Zavid cast tongues from a wand in his pack. It was clear the 2 were frightened of Khan, calling her artifact holder. Reese called out to them, taking advantage of their heightened state of fear. Revealing themselves, the tall, lithe, four-armed reptiloid creatures introduced themselves as Shusk and his life-bound partner, Saressa. Khan quickly noticed these people wore bits of broken civ tech integrated into their clothing. Shusk with facial piercings made of copper electrical wire, and Saressa earrings of hard drive platters. Trusting the artifact holder and her friends implicitly, Shusk and Saressa agreed to take Lux Et Umbra to their leader, Yurek Sila Godarm. During the long walk, many details started to become clear. These people, the Civ, as they call themselves, are the descendants of a species of technologically hyper-advanced people who fell from the peak of their civilization. Their religion, an oral myth retelling of long-forgotten science and history, the last remaining Civs scratch out a living above the barely functioning life support infrastructure of the world city. At the Life Basin, a water-holding tank set above an automated hydroponic farm, Lux Et Umbra met Scylla Godarm, artifact holder. After some formalities, Scylla brought the visitors from the stars down below to the food womb. Failing to produce as much recently, Khan offered to assist in fixing it. Danny recognized a varied mix of leafy mustard greens and broccoli, while Khan tracked down mechanical issues. Frozen CO2 pipes, blocked water intakes, and weak artificial lighting seemed to be the main culprit. However, these issues were tracked to the other two Civ tribes, the Filth Stomach tribe, who live above a water treatment plant, and the Mind River tribe, a meditative caste of oracles who worship an air filtration system. As Khan diagnosed technical problems, Danny stumbled upon a door flush to the wall. Reese's linguistic skills helped crack the code, revealing a small office. Another data crystal was found and popped into a computer console. An elf scientist woman appeared and gave a dry, scientific report about minor system failures. Her being an elf and not a Civ confused Khan nearly as much as her name, Dr. Farrah Samatrix, perked up Zavid's ears. The name echoed in his head until he realized this elf was the mortal who would become Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Needing more answers badly, Lux Et Umbra used their god powers to psychically call Pharasma within the boneyard. With a cold, uncaring face, the goddess of the dead greeted the fledgling deity. Much to his confusion, Zavid was greeted specifically and warmly. Pharasma gave the Umbramancer a vision of the distant past. Cabriri stealing the mortal soul from the slain god Eshtabai, hoarding it greedily for millennia. Him who gnaws placed the soul within the body of a fetchling woman who eventually gave birth to Zavid. As Zavid stared, jaw agape, Pharasma at last greeted her other half, the reincarnation of Eshtabai, first god of death. Oh, that was a long one, but this is where we come back today. A whole lot happened last time.
I was geeking out so fucking hard to my girlfriend, and she's like, honey, no, it's much Pathfinder lore. Can you, like, just give me basics? I'm like, God died, and then soul happened, and false gods went to soul, and then ended up putting it a lady, and it was our party member.
I've been sitting on that secret about 2 years, by the way.
Oh my god. I get to know a lot of secrets, and getting something surprised to me, like, is honestly the fucking best, because I love holding secrets of others, and I love that stuff, and, like, just, like, being giddy. But I love being surprised, and that is so fucking good. Mwah.
I gotta say, Shane was pretty close to figuring it out several sessions ago. You, I don't remember what you were talking about, but you were pretty close, and then you veered off in a different direction, and I was like, oh god, yes, good, go in that direction.
And I can tell you this, I was never close.
You were accidentally quite close recently. Anywho, since Ash wasn't here, I will reshare some art for you. This is a picture of the planet you are currently on. These people who look like this, these four-armed, somewhat reptiloid creatures that call themselves the Civ. They integrate pieces of this broken advanced technology into their clothes. Their leader here, Scylla, actually has a piece of this working technology grafted to her. She has an industrial robot arm replacing her top left arm. But this planet you're on is an entire planet that's like a city. Like, do you know Coruscant from Star Wars, where the Jedi Council is? It's like that, except it's a ghost town. There's only 200 individuals living on this planet.
And I imagine it's a lot smaller than Coruscant.
Yes, it's a lot smaller by diameter, yes. But that's the idea. I hope that has caught you up as much as possible, Ash.
I'll ask questions later.
Sure, and throw them out as you need. So Zavid, go ahead.
Did my explaining to me like I'm 5 thing make sense, Ash?
Oh yeah, talk to like explain to me in crayon eating terms. Absolutely.
Okay, that made sense. Cool. I think we're good.
Crayon eating terms. Oh god, I love it. So, Zavid, in front of you, you still have active your Mork's condescending with the holophone. You have a vision of Pharasma, Lady of Graves, sitting upon her throne in front of you. And you've just had this information told to you. She's greeted you as Eshtabai.
Are you pranking me?
I am not known for pulling pranks, little one.
No. No, you're not.
I am not Caden Kalian, amusing though he is.
You know, even though my origins were a mystery to me, I've always been able to figure out what I want and where I need to go next, and now I feel more lost than ever. I am not Eshtabai.
You are. At his falling, Urgathoa stole his deific power, his godhood. But she did not think to take his humanity. That last mortal spark left from what we once were.
And then I look at the really hot elf and the...
I have her image here.
Oh, she's also in the background of the
I raised my hand
yes.
because I'm like, what does have to do with
Hot elf?
So you're trying to tell me that was me once?
Well,
That was us, I mean?
yes. I do not remember much of anything from our mortal time. This is almost as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. I do remember, however, our time as the Watcher. But everything before, from the mortal spark, is lost to me.
Wait, Farrah, Samatrix, Pharasma, Doctor, Eshtabai. I'm the part of this.
I like that. It's canon now.
It's like no, it isn't. No, that isn't. That's literally me.
Harmless canon.
Shoving the square cube through the round hole. It says I have to like rip the fucking hole to get it through.
It goes in the square hole.
Yeah. I go, all right. Well, hold on a second. Just everybody. Nobody's talking, and I'm just
Yeah,
like
everyone is just staring.
I'm just shut up, everyone. It's like we're not saying anything. Look, what does this mean then? Am I or am I not the god? I gave up the power to all of us. We share it, so I'm not. What? I don't understand. How does this even happen?
That I can answer for you. As you know, I was the first being in this universe. You are logical enough to understand that this implies that there was a previous universe, yes?
Yes.
My universe, our first universe, ended. As you know, the first mortal to do anything of note tends to attain apotheosis. We were the first mortal to witness the end of a universe and live. When this one started, we were raised as the Watcher, for it is what we did. We watched the end of our people. We watched the end of our world. We watched it all be devoured by Rovagug.
But so you know that raises a very important question. What the hell is Grotus? Is that our dog? Like, he came in with us, did he not? Was he always an angry moonlit that just wants to eat everything? Like, Little cosmic Roomba? What is he?
Grotus was a fool and a friend. He tried to sacrifice himself for me, but ended up falling through the event horizon. Popped out here, the same time as I.
Okay.
Kind of. He's
Well-
like her pet paladin, essentially.
He was her friend who was foolish in that he was sacrificing himself, probably needlessly.
He needlessly sacrificed himself. Yes.
And then
You roll a with a 12-fold dance check.
Yeah, go dance.
Start river dancing.
You're starting to put together a pattern.
Guidance.
That's fine, yeah. The DC was 35. I lowered the DCs way down for these specific lore checks because you're all only trained. Oh, that's right. I meant to change this over the week, but I forgot to. All of you are now expert in your Civ lore, your Civ thing.
Cool.
Yes, so change that real quick. I will change cons for Civ Tech.
Wait, bring out the board games. Trying to play Civ.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite Civ? Mine's 5, but
Danny, if you look at your skills, you'll see you have a thing called Lore Civ Song. Essentially, the short version is the way you power and unlock all of this technology is by singing to it. So Danny has been learning about the Civ song, the way to activate all this stuff. So I just made that one expert. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, you did the 12-foot. So Zavid, you're picking up on a pattern here. Lux Et Umbra is a group of adventurers who have essentially raised themselves to deific levels of power, trying to stop Rovagug. Danny's mother and grandmother were a group of adventurers who reached deific levels of power, trying to stop Rovagug. Pharasma and Grotus were part of a group of adventurers who attained godlike powers, trying to stop Rovagug.
God, we are not original.
This is at
have
least.
I ever had a single original experience in my whole life?
Yes, David is realizing this is at least the third time this has happened. At least. And Rovagug has.
Stop it.
The adventurers have lost twice. Essentially above table, Pharasma's group TPK'd at the very end. And Danica and Talandia, their group just kicked the can. They kicked the problem to a new campaign. They just didn't finish.
You know, if my sister and her group didn't get TPK'd for the most part,
they probably would have been
also
doing this. Yeah.
doing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Adelina and the Windseekers hadn't gotten TPK'd inside the labyrinth, they would be doing this right now.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, Zavid. You just realized this.
And it makes me
But when did it
wonder.
stop?
This is a cycle that repeats itself. Does that make it some higher power's will to have this eternal battle happen, or is this an emergent property of existence, like a power law?
So how do we make it stop? How do we make sure that this doesn't happen again in a billion years?
Well, how do you stop out of control wildfires? You do controlled burns,
Oh, I
so
thought
that they do
you
not
get a
build
bear
up too much fuel.
I was literally thinking
Surge.
dynamite, but maybe not that.
Well, but it's all throughout nature. It repeats itself, right? It's like a disease, right? If you have too many people vulnerable, it spreads. It jumps and jumps and jumps, and that's how you get the plague. If you, it's these outliers. Like normally, these things don't get very far, but every once in a while, almost as a guarantee, things do. You know, I feel like this is a natural law, and you can just apply this not only to social things, but even to cosmic cycles like this. It's like everything comes to a head. Rovagug awakens, adventurers stop it, or
Or don't.
prevent it or don't. And it. Sorry, I'm listening to music is too epic for this moment. As I'm like, I feel like I'm learning the secrets of the universe. I'm like, we need to chill.
I
on the
have some
music,
calm, chill music.
Yes, you probably got right music. I had something different playing. I was like, oh my god.
Meanwhile, the music that keeps popping in my head is somewhere between metal and classic rock. Because every time Cam would say Watchers, I just kept thinking of Ghost, and then you're talking about like, oh, the cycle, and I'm just like, the wheel I keeps like it's just my brain is on fire right now.
So,
and I think Zavid realizes too in this moment why he's been so gung ho about stopping Rovagog. It's in his blood to do it. Like he is, or in his soul, his very essence was like meant to try and prevent Rovagog, in a sense.
It's really funny.
The other thing that's very interesting, sorry to cut you off, Elliot, the other thing that's very interesting is that several times throughout this entire campaign, Danny has been like, why isn't Zavid trying to be a god? Zavid should be a god.
It's true.
Danny had that intuition this whole time. Danny could feel it.
I also find it very interesting, and this is obvious, that with Zavid, he leaned into the magic. He's always been good with death, but when he gets his undeath powers, he will at this time. That is so.
Yeah, I've always liked that.
So perfect.
Zavid's a good character.
Like, hear me out, guys. It's almost like there's this higher deity that controls all of this and our future.
Oh my
all
God,
of us are looking at each other in the game, and then we all start looking towards the camera at once, like break the fourth wall.
But no, like legit though, like and like there's some things you can't fucking like that, or there's or like when we swapped bodies and Zavid was like awfully comfortable, surprisingly
as Khan.
As Khan, but then like was looking at Reese is just like, I think I'd do better this one. Like there's just like small things.
To this day, that was one of my favorite sessions. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Zavid, what is going on in your brain right now? Everything, I assume.
I think Zavid. So I, the player, I'm also trying to figure that out. Like Zavid has spent his whole life being humbled, and we talked about this off camera a little bit, but like. Cabreri humbled the shit out of him, made him eat his own friends, and the brother of one of his best friends in the world. And it was only when he escaped out of the shadow plane that he actually started to kind of take control of his own destiny. But even then, he realized that he was just doing what was in his nature to do. He's realizing all the stuff that he had been doing had been in his nature the whole time. His fascination with death and life. That is just innate. Even though he doesn't use it for evil, he still is like academically fascinated by it. And the fact that he is confronted with the ability to take Urgatho's power, and innately is like, I don't think I should have that. Let's share it. Almost as if he doesn't feel responsible enough to use power like that. Almost as if he had it once and it didn't work out so well for him, but didn't remember ever having it because he
could feel
couldn't
it.
have. He couldn't have remembered, right?
He felt it in his essence.
And so he's like, in this moment, kind of seeing how everything that she has said makes sense. But I think mostly he's looking at everybody else and saddened by the idea that we are doomed to fail like others before us. That the best we could hope for is kicking the can down the road. And if we don't do that and try to end it once for all, and that fails, and we aren't able to enact our plan and defeat Rovagug, and we all die and get sent, and like who gets sent to the next universe won't even remember who they are, maybe, and like it's split up into different parts of their psyche. Like, what if it's Reese and he gets turned into, like, his mortal part becomes like a little goblin boy, And then the elvish part becomes like the god of life and death or something. You know, that would be cute. I'd watch that. But
I would.
I'm just
So
saying,
It'd be a great epilogue.
it would just I wouldn't want that for Reese. You know, I wouldn't want that for any of us. I want us to be able to succeed. And so there's this sort of hopelessness that takes him where he's like, it normally you would find out if you find out you have this amazing heritage, you'd be like ecstatic. And he's just like dismayed because he goes, so there's no hope. We cannot win even after you escaping your universe and me being brought back. Are we just doomed to fail?
David.
No.
It's apparently not Zavid, it's Eshtabai, I guess.
I'm not
Look,
calling it Ishbai.
look, Eshi. Hear me out. My sister's fate was sealed away until our asses appeared one day and gave them the life to on. They were no better than all the other adventurers trying to drove them. My sister wasn't defeated then, would have been defeated and probably turned into a god, like. But her fate.
But what if?
So we have the power to change the fate.
What if everything that's ever happened up until this point was just preparing the universe for this moment?
Exactly. Like, they kicked the can further down the lane, so then when it comes to actually Rovika, we could actually finish the job. They had to kick it down. They needed people with enough power to scrap it for good. And nothing against our ancestors and over, like, to the little hologram play. But there's nothing saying that they didn't do a good job. They just weren't powerful and they weren't. It's looking over to like our ancestors did their best to try and stop it. It looks over to Khan. I mean, I bet your people probably had too. But all of us have a part in this. I think there is hope. It feels hopeless, but always, and even if we can down further along, we're making it weak for everybody after us. If that's the best we can do, that's the best we can do. I bet that, like, my great grandfather and Danny's mother wanted to defeat them, but they knew the best they could do along. They hated that they have to give, but it's all they could do.
Okay,
they were overpowered.
My next thing is, what if that conversation that we had on that weird little planet is an option? We start moving people.
Here's what I think the best plan is, and I still have Parasma. I say, sorry to keep you, Lady of Graves.
I have nothing but time.
I fear all of our time will grow short soon enough, but I think that's the answer. I don't know how well you've been paying attention to our exploits. We purposely keep ourselves hidden from the eyes of prying gods.
Indeed.
And I already had made sure that we weren't going to get tracked, right? I thought I had done that.
You've done quite a lot of that. You actively do it. At this point, I just assume you're doing it unless you say otherwise.
Thank you. Knowing how sneaky our enemies have been, Especially Nyarlathotep is really good at like spying.
He's the one you need to be worried about.
Yeah.
Lamashtu, when Lamashtu spies on you, you see her bioships coming from literally thousands of miles away. They're like in the sky and you see them. You know, she's pretty obvious. But yeah, Nyarlathotep, he's a sneaky one.
I say the slaying Lamashtu will not win us the day. She is unfortunately a necessary god, because monsters will always exist, and if not her, another god will take up the reins and could be worse. There are aspects of Lamashtu that are not bad, not all bad. A lot of her clerics are great at helping people who are infertile give birth. You just have to be careful, because a lot of times they like to give the children deformities to make them more monstrous. So you kind of have to be careful, but like, you know, that in and of itself isn't bad. Just a little chaotic, which is in her wheelhouse, being chaotic. And without the monsters, you do not have the great tales of heroes who triumph over evil. Not to say that the suffering is justified, but it will happen no matter what. It's inevitable, right?
It's a balance.
You can't destroy all monsters, because give it time and more monsters will pop up, and then a god will have to be able to, you know, be called in to be their god, right? It's just, also you could give that power could also go to another dark god and they become more powerful, which could upset the balance. But there are you know, we took Urgathoa's profile, but if we were to take out Nyarlathotep, who is a god of madness, and I am not convinced that he is even of this world. You, Pharasma, came from the universe prior to this, but are we certain that this universe is all that there is? I believe, I do not have evidence, it's more of a hunch, but if my hunches have been correct, it might be Eshtepai's hunch. I believe that there is more than just the multiverse as we know it. I think there is realms even further beyond, far realms, you could say, where beings of godlike power can work their influence here. Octurne, for example, I believe is perhaps a being from one of these realms, though as of yet not an issue, but is perhaps evidence of these otherworldly, I guess worldly is not quite the right, but other universal influences. Extra universal influences.
Universal.
Extra universal.
That's good. Take a hero point for extra universal influences.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, speaking of, new hero point for everybody for the week.
Oh,
Yes.
thank God.
That's just automatic. I just forget to say it sometimes.
I have two.
So, what I believe is he is helping because he believes that he can take over whatever's left. That he can get far enough away to escape Rovagug's consumption. And maybe he's right, I don't actually know. But that he'll somehow be able to survive and take over whatever's left. Because if Rovagug consumes everything and no new universe pops up, then he can wait out Rovagug's life and take over after he's been destroyed. If Rovagug takes over everything and a new universe is birthed like before, he can swoop in as the new god just like you did, but he would already have all the knowledge and memories that he had from before. He would not be a new god, he would be the old coming back to reclaim what he believes is his. He'd become an over-god. I think that must be his plan. He's too smart otherwise, or he is truly mad, as his namesake, or his title suggests. Lamashtu, I think she's misguided. I think she believes she can mate or something with Rovagug and make the ultimate monsters or something. She sees him as husband material. She is mad in her own way. So, the only way to kill this force of nature would be to run out its clock, because time is the one thing that kills everything. It defeated him You say we were defeated in the first universe, but we weren't, because you survived. You got through. And Rovagog didn't eat the nation's new universe. He couldn't have. He was not here, or he was imprisoned. What happened to Rovagog when we... Was he already imprisoned when
Yes.
when you entered the new world?
The new universe began with his imprisonment. As I looked up at Grotus in the sky, I recalled every life that had been taken by Rovagug. Every living being in our universe, eaten, never to return beyond that event horizon. I knew what I needed to do in order to judge the dead, those who have been gone, without bias. I had to remove that part of me which felt grief for our loss. I separated myself into Pharasma and Eshtabai, so that I could judge the dead whilst not feeling for the dead. You have all of the feelings, the grief, the emotional memory of the Watcher. You just need to remember it.
Then, if that is true, I know how we are going to win. We...
Robo-hug?
Hug. He just needs a bigger Robo hug. That's
He
it.
just needs
That's
a big
good.
Robo-hug.
Hero point for Rovahug. I'm feeling generous today.
We need Cassandra Lee, because she's going to be able to run the calculations for us, but we need to be able to accelerate time around Rovagog to radically reduce his size. Aeons in moments. But we have to be precise, which is why I believe we need Cassandra Lee for this. A small miscalculation. Rovagog will be too large to send to another point in time, and he could regain his strength and not be destroyed. If we wait too long, he blows up and kills everybody. But I think we don't need to send him away in time. I think we found how we're going to kill Nyarlathotep. No. Rovagug is the bullet.
Okay.
That
And
explosion,
Rovagug-
point blank, where Nyarlathotep is, will destroy the foreign god once and for all. His domain of madness is not needed in our world. It is foreign. I believe it is an alien force. This is a god we do not need a replacement for, meaning we can destroy him and let that
How long has he
domain dissipate. What's that?
How long has he been in
What
our...
do you mean?
Nyarlathotep?
Yeah. How long how new is he?
Yeah, when did he show up?
That is a great question. I don't know offhand. Let me look it up while you guys keep chatting.
Well, essentially, I'm suggesting to Pharasma that we already know how to defeat Rovagog, but we need Cassandra Lee's help because she's gonna be able to run a calculation for us that's accurate, to like a billionth degree. You know, like to the point where like he's basically right about to blow, and then we send him somewhere. My initial thought was send him to the end of time. He blows up, then Grotus gets to work and cleans up the mess. That would work. But we're assuming we know when the end of time is, and we don't actually know when that is. I mean, the universe can go on for only a few hundred more years, or it could go on for aeons, right? We don't know. And so, better to locate Nyarlathotep, weaken him, and then use Rovagug as the final nail in the coffin. Because that, I believe, is one of the only ways you could truly destroy something divine is with a force of nature like that. A primordial force that even after the 2 universes could not be destroyed, could only be contained, its actual destruction would be enough to kill any deity within proximity, I believe. But we would have to get Nyarlathotep somewhere. I know I'm speaking in my normal voice. I'm trying to strategize a little bit.
So speaking in Zavid.
It's rough.
Yeah, for too long, especially when he's being main character right now. It's we just need to figure out how to lure Nyarlathotep somewhere we can access, where we know he'll be, and we need to make sure that any safeguards he has in place are, if, like, say, for example, if he has some sort of tether or tie to, like, the Far Realm or wherever he comes from. And again, I don't actually know if he comes from that. If I'm wrong and he actually is a native god to our universe, then there will be a new god of madness. But at that point, whatever, we did what we had to do, and we got rid of the god of madness that was actually trying to destroy the universe, right? Which is mad.
According to the wiki, the elder gods like Nyarlathotep gained sentience from the vacuum of space, like the coalescing of vacuum, the nothingness of space created them. So they literally come from nothing.
Okay.
So then the destruction of a black hole might be the only way to get rid of that, I feel like.
Maybe.
Okay.
I guess we could
We have to find a way to bait Nyarlathotep.
There is one time and place that you're fairly certain he might show up. The Pit of Gormuz at the Conjunction. That's where he's probably going to end up going, because he wants to release Rovagug, and he needs to do it during the Conjunction.
And he will summon his most powerful avatar, the Faceless Pharaoh, most likely. We'll know him by sight. If
That's right.
we could use, but the thing is,
maybe Pharasma said that, or you could have realized it. Either way.
I think it would be cool to realize.
Yeah, Zavid can realize that.
He needs his main character.
He needs the moment. Yeah.
I don't need the moment. But thank
Yes, you do. Shush. Love yourself.
We're foisting the main character moments upon you.
Love yourself.
You guys really do. I'm just, Shane's a strategizer, but then also wants to, like, give people their time. And then you're like, guess what? Zavid's a god, and I'm like, God damn it! Why'd you do this to me? Okay. So here's what I think we got to do, because if he shows up, we can't detonate Rovagug there and then because it'll blow up Galarian. So we would need to send both Nyarlathotep and Rovagug somewhere else. Which means we would need to subdue Nyarlathotep. He's a god. You can't just cast a spell on a god and have it stick. We would have to... Our 11th level magic would have to be...
I was just going to say, 2 of you are going to have that.
That means...
You two, Danny and Zavid.
We need to not only... So this weapon that we've got, we need to redesign it completely. This thing needs to be the thing that accelerates time around Rovagug. And then our spell needs to be the one that sends Rovagug and Nyarlathotep somewhere else. To the Far Realm, perhaps. Would be great, but we don't know how to get there. We literally, it's alien to us. Like, the physics and how that even works is so alien, we wouldn't even begin to understand it. We would go bad trying to figure that out. So we can't do that. End of time is cool as a concept, but we don't know when that is.
Good thing Khan is working on her becoming a megastructure engineer with her Civ Tech lore.
I mean, we could send it far enough away, just spatially, and we would be able to observe it happening, meaning we'd be able to then see the results. And if there were, like, some aftermath that we needed to react to, because sending it through space would be, it's teleportation, just gate. Like, that's way easier than time travel, right? Accelerating time is not impossible.
Yeah, no.
Because ghosts can age you in a second. That's necromancy, baby. That's what I know.
Your staff does that as well. We determined that.
Right. So we can, I mean, it's dilation and it's relative time. It's not actually time travel going to the past like we've been doing. That shit's hard. Yeah. That shit can fuck things up with paradoxes. Like, we could destroy the universe through an infinite loop, but not truly infinite because entropy even degrades infinite loops. So it would degrade to a point where the time stream would explode. Like that could be bad. Instead, we just do dilation, traveling within the same time stream we're already in. We dilate time to the point where it accelerates it around him to such a degree that it shrinks the hole. Cassandra monitoring it because she would know exactly when to stop it and how much time we would have after it stopped. And then our 11th level spell is send Rovagug on its deathbed with Nyarlathotep somewhere. We just need to figure out where.
This is the most D&D ass plan I've ever heard in my life, and I love it.
Okay. I posted in our group chat the clip that popped into going.
Is it from not Parks and Rec, but Always Sunny? Is it the Always Sunny thing?
No, it is not.
Take Rovagug and move it over there.
Push it.
That's good. That's good.
And we push him somewhere else.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's the plan.
that's all that's happening. I love it.
There's prep work.
It's that with extra steps, but that's the basic plan.
And I think the only way to do this, to distract Nyarlathotep long enough, and I remember the vision where the only way we win is Eshtabai has to be present. Is
now you realize you have to be there.
I have to take my god form.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I could distract
not your final form.
Yeah. Well, it might be. It might be my final form because after that I might not survive. I would have to distract Nyarlathotep to keep him within range while you guys cast the spell. I can't cast it. And that would also mean you'd have to give up your divinity temporarily so that I could assume this form. Unless we got the Starstone or something. Like, do we want to do that last second?
There's methods. You have options.
We have ways to gain divinity that aren't that, but they're very risky. Like, we have a guaranteed plan B, if anything. I just don't want to deprive you guys of your immortality because that's going to protect you during the fight. Like, if you go down, you'll come back up because you can't be truly slain. You know? Like, it's like a not immediate thing, but like you heal. It's like God of War's methodology of like a god can be defeated and killed, but they can heal and come back, essentially.
Above table, I mean... Reese is always willing to die for a cause. And always has been. That's why he always puts life on the line to literally, like, he almost never dies, but he is willing to put his life on the absolute line if it means that, hey, we are helping. So Elliot above table is A-okay if we stop the immortality. Himself, I think he's fine with it. If the other ways were way too dangerous for us and we didn't have enough time. I think that is how Reese solve that personally. Okay.
Because here's what I'm thinking, right? We could yeah. Well,
you got some pretty heavy stuff this time.
We have to do it right.
Heavy strategizing. Yep.
We have god allies, and if they're able to manifest on Galarian during the conjunction, which I'm guessing they'll be able to, Sarenrae is gonna be fighting. Iomade is gonna be fighting. These very justice, good do-gooders, Shalin's showing up, like the whole crew's gonna be there, but Nyarlathotep and Lamashu's gonna have a fucking horde of monsters, we can guarantee. There's going to be a lot of shit to contend with. I know that Sarenrae would love to fight Nyarlathotep, I'm sure. The Nyarlathotep probably knows that and has a plan to keep her at bay, and Iomade for that matter, both of them. I think we cannot count on the other gods necessarily to be able to close distance and distract him enough. He's got a plan to probably keep them at arm's length, but Ashtabai coming back is not in his plans.
It's not in his bingo card.
They don't know that is...
Yeah, they don't know that.
Nobody
So
does.
they would
Only
Cabriri and
Cabriri,
would
Pharasma, and
underestimate-
y'all.
They literally would underestimate fucking.
If you had used your Baba Yaga 1 to a nat 20 card, Asmodeus would have known, and I would not have had him tell you. I would have lorded it over you. Would have been great. But yeah, but he doesn't know because you never used that card.
and now it will never happen.
You're welcome to delete the card if you want.
I
But
would delete it. I'm going to delete it because that now is so much power.
It's a
that I
liability
would be
now.
giving him. Yeah. I think that we need to keep this secret up until the last second, until the actual transformation. And then after that, I don't know what will happen. If I can't get him into the teleportation, into the gate, if I can't move him without myself going in there with him, Iron Man from Avengers, you know, like if I have to go through with the thing, with the nuke to destroy him, I will do that. And I'll know that Pharasma still exists, and you know, probably Cabriri will take over. Let's be real. If I get destroyed, he will try, and his two biggest rivals will be gone, and he can just try and scoop them.
Yeah.
Whatever. He'll win. But if I don't die, then Lux Et Umbra, we fulfill that prophecy back from before the omens weren't omens anymore, right? I have a feeling that we're going to succeed because of that, but I think we still shouldn't trust a prophecy just because it says we're going to succeed, because that means we're not trying as hard as we could be. We need to make sure that we did everything, because then it'll be self-fulfilling. Then we know we did everything we could to make it happen, and then fulfilled the prophecy because of that. You know what I mean?
How likely would it be able to sway Mother Monster the other side?
You know what we'd have a better likelihood of doing? Turning her children against her, getting other demon lords to rally against Mother.
We
The
should do
Zuzu,
that.
Baphomet, like they do not like their mom. They respect her and fear her, but if they think that she's gone off the rocker and they could like take her divinity, they'll try it. So we might be able to sow some discord amongst them and get them to join.
We have enough sources and people that we would be able to spread that discord without any issue.
The only issue is we cannot control. It would be opening another world wound, and we wouldn't be able to control the demon hordes that come out. Like they would attack us as well as her, like Lamashtu's people, right? Like do not like not even for a second do I believe Discari wouldn't use that opportunity to then once again try to invade the material realm. So like that's very risky, and we already have Asmodeus and the Legions of Hell helping us, who are way more disciplined. They work alongside the Hell Knights, who are not they are not loyal to Hell, but are can basically like collaborate with.
You've got
Hell's
allies.
Legions.
Yeah, we have allies. Okay, I forgot about that.
I think we can. I think honestly, it would be like maybe we pull some strings and summon a demon lord or two, just themselves, because they're already pretty powerful.
Is what we have to do. We have to find bait that isn't you.
How do you bait a god that's mad?
Easily poke it with a stick or a spear.
You know, I have read texts of forgotten gods of other pantheons. There was another god of madness, Sheogorath, who the way you bait Sheogorath is be very interesting and unpredictable. Well, not unpredictable necessarily, but just be interesting, because he's the unpredictable one. He'll make it fun. I don't know if Nyarlathotep is a fun-loving god of madness or just the horrific kind, but maybe if we decide to hold a tea party in the middle of a war, that might catch his interest, right? That's mad. That's insane.
That is
but that's
insane,
also,
and that's
you know what I mean?
kind of brilliant.
Yeah. It's kind of brilliant. It's
here's
so
an
crazy, it just might work.
Here's an invitation, Nyarlathotep. Come to our tea party.
Right?
It's
You
in the
send
middle,
him an
right next
invitation
the
to
black
come
hole.
to
You
your
cannot
headquarters.
miss it. You cannot miss the black hole. It's right on the left.
I literally cannot think of I see, because I know so little of Nyarlathotep, and the impression I get is that he's very contradictory. He does things and creates loyal minions and allies and stuff, and then just ditches them. Doesn't give a fuck. It just does whatever, like he has some plan that he's like playing 7-dimensional chess because he's from another dimension or something.
Uh-huh.
In a sense, you said he came from the vacuum energy, so he might not actually be from that. But because he's mad, he might as well be, right? So like, it could just, I don't know. It feels to me like we cannot predict what would be bait for him. How do we make a fish that you don't understand the nature of it? How do you get it to bite, right? I'm sorry that I've talked over everybody. Ash, you want to role play too? I'm sure.
Yeah, what is Danny thinking
Yeah,
about
what
all
is
of this?
Danny
You just
thinking?
found out that Zavid is the reincarnation of the original god of death. What are you thinking about that?
It makes sense. It's less of a oh my god, I can't believe it, more of a that completely tracks. He's
Like-
always been really good with death. Oddly,
Like-
really, really good.
Morris owes you 20 gold. You made a bet. Like, told you. Pay up.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So
This is rough.
Khan will say, if we are thinking of reprogramming that giant weapon to accelerate this space-time around Rovagog, I think it would behoove us to find more information, n'est-ce pas?
I
The
think
things we know for sure. We know where Rovagug is and where he's going to appear. We know where the weapon is. We're the only ones that know where the weapon is. And sorry, go ahead.
we find a way somehow for it or Narlathotep somehow. So we can research our enemy.
You can change your lures on a long rest, remember? Did you get a new one this long rest?
No. Actually, no, I didn't. Because
You can have it on this one.
Okay.
You can only have trained, though.
That's more than okay.
Should I do religion for
Yeah.
for Nyarlathotep stuff?
Let me raise the DC because it's religion.
Getting astronomy up.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, go ahead for religion, Zavid.
I'm gonna use a hero point. I really
ready?
want to know.
You're looking for a 44.
I wanna
There you go.
know. Can you show me?
This is
So
gonna
what's-
be legendary, but I don't know. Can you knock it down?
Yeah, let me find you. See, Reese.
I went
Open
phonetic.
skills, not a problem. You're left. Trained. There you go.
Okay.
Plus 25.
Gonna be quiet for a little. Oh my god!
Nice. So Reese, what are you trying to figure out? You happened to read a weird book that Danny had in her bag about these old guys. And plus, Nyarlathotep, there's a lot about his history in the Osirian pantheon.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to find out? The two of you can talk together and ask me, what are you trying to find out?
I mean, we basically want to bait him. Want to know what would actually bring him.
Is there any predictability in his behavior? Is there any he's probably defined by being unpredictable, but is there something that he's kind of almost always guaranteed to do or act on? Like what are the patterns in his behavior? I'm looking for any patterns.
He's wily and always has a way to escape. Always has an escape plan.
We have to make an.
Because he's a sniveling little coward.
So we need to think of how to draw him in. Reese and Zafid just kind of like lock eyes and go, "Oh my god, that's it." And it just goes, draw him, but make sure not get. We can't just rely on Rover. We need a plan B, so he cannot escape.
Perhaps we could set up a false plan, something that we know he will escape from,
A red
to
herring.
plan his escape. In case, a red herring. Force him to escape in a way that we want.
So trap him. A trap within a trap. One that he isn't expecting, that he goes through coming in, that just sets it up, and he gets trapped, then he tries to escape thinking he's gonna really escape, then he doesn't. Okay.
I think he might be mad, but he's not stupid. So I think you're right. Our trap has to be something where we act predictably, that he can then feel assured that he has an escape. We just need to anticipate whatever that is. We need to figure out, how has he escaped in the past? What have been his tricks?
Good.
Well, with that nat 20, yeah, you would have heard some stories, Reese, in the old Assyrian tales. He frequently transforms into a cat. That's a common motif amongst your people. You know, cats, Egypt, Assyrian. Yeah, he often it's like druid powers. You know, he wild shapes into a cat and just escapes in the chaos. So, like, wild shaping, transmogrification magic.
Reese looks over to Danny and goes, well, let's think of it from where to shape away. And you think you got away. It would be a thing that you wouldn't think of that could stop you.
Like, what would I change to that would get away?
Yeah, like, say that you are Nerlathatep. I'm gonna put you in this scenario. You're Nerlathatep. Think you go into the obvious trap that you're like, I'm just gonna. Now, you shape change, run away. But the thing is that you don't know is there's a bigger trap on the outside. Would be something that would completely halt that, be like, oh fuck, I actually am screwed. Like, if you had an escape fight on animals, like, particularly, let's say cats, like in, this is not above table. Versus, like,
I would have said I would have immediately thought something small that has wings, maybe like a moth.
what if make essentially like a bug? He can get in, but once when he goes out, so we essentially set up a rope of Gnomon thing. Essentially, trap him within, like, not a cage, but some invisible thing that can knock him out, trap him, and then when he's prone, that's when we can put him somewhere else. Have Nerlathatep in a jar, essentially.
I don't think we can knock him out. I think that's not possible. But we could trick him and trap him somewhere. I think if we lure him by... We need to feign weakness. I think we need to make him believe he's winning. And in fact, in order to make it really believable, we need to, like, be losing. Like, visually.
Oh, that would be funny. I'll do that.
I fight him and I lose. And I am being slain. Or looking like I'm going to be slain.
He doesn't know your
so that
thoughts.
he believes he's going to win. He needs to believe he's about to win. That is how we get him. Because that's the only way he doesn't run away. If he believes he's going to win, then he'll stick around. If he gets even a sniff that there's a plan afoot, or not a plan, because he might think, oh, your plans won't mean anything. If he thinks his plans have come undone for even a moment, then he'll get out.
Is there anything that we can do, like put up some sort of facade that makes him look like he's winning?
Oh, yeah.
We need, because he knows we're coming up with a plan, we need him to think our plan is something else. Some other trump card that we have that, like, is cool, but is the plan. So maybe we use, I'm thinking,
know that we have that.
Windseeker. We say that we've got the weapon, and it's on the Windseeker. And that we're going to use this god weapon on Rovagog, right? So we might have to sacrifice the Windseeker for this, but
you still have your card.
Fleet. I'm a fleet admiral.
You're a fleet admiral. Number one, you're a fleet admiral, so you have way more than that. You have warships.
Yes,
but number two, you have the Gozray card, so you can say that eventually.
I think
you can include it in your speech.
So here's what I'm thinking. Actually, so I think he's going to think, okay, well, they got this fleet, they're going to use the fleet. But then our big plan is that secretly it's on the Windseeker, because they would never expect the Windseeker. So we send the Windseeker in thinking, oh, normally they would think that that's not something to pay attention to, but he would be smart enough to think, oh, they're cagey, they're hiding it there. So we actually make it sound like it's in the fleet, and then send in the Windseeker, which has a dummy, a decoy, something that we could replicate. We've got Khan, and we've got these people who know this technology inside and out. So we make a dummy for the Windseeker. We could even do like some simulacrums or whatever,
Yeah,
like
sure.
who are making it
God.
seem like all we need is one, just from me, because I need to become Eshtabai, right? So that's the real trump card, is he's not going to expect that. So if there's a fake me on the ship with you guys, and he shows up thinking he's going to beat you, and you guys start losing, thinking he's won, and that's when we spring the trap on him, right? So the lure is the Windseeker amid the fleet of ships. We make it seem like, oh, it's in one of these ships. We're not going to tell you which one, but we're making it seem like it's going to be one of the big ships, the most. And in fact, we'd have the flagship is going to be the most heavily defended with all of like the force fields and stuff. And it's going to be good in the battle against Lamashtu's forces and things like that. But
We could actually
he's
put, like,
going
the
to be
skeleton pirates on that one because they're skeletons. They're already dead.
and once they serve, they can move on to the afterlife after that. Like they've done their part. One final voyage, you know. So
Yes.
like, so essentially, the way we sell it is we have a fleet, and amongst our fleet, our flagship, though maybe not in our flagship per se, but we have a weapon that can take down Robogog once and for all. And so he's going to believe that we do have a weapon on one of the ships, but we don't say we're putting in the Windseeker, and he'll be smart enough to think, oh yeah, it's on the fucking Windseeker, I bet. Because it's gonna be in the back of the fleet. It's gonna come in like, oh, you're fighting this, and we're sending this in. So he's gonna be distracted with that. It's a dummy. It's a red herring. He doesn't know that. The weapon's in where it's at, which moves around, I imagine. It hasn't stayed in the same spot in the sky, like it does orbit around the star, but it goes through cycles. So when we were on the planet, Kestrel was pointing to it, it was at that cycle again, right? So it's not as though it was known that it was there the whole time, right? Like it was known that it existed, but its location, because it's in the dark and everything.
Gotta find it first, though.
Well, we have the weapon.
I mean,
we just need
gotta
to
go
find
access it.
We got to go back to Eox and get the thing. We have to be very discreet about that.
You could Morks to Clara and have her make it on the way. You know, while you're doing the rest of the stuff on the planet, she could be on the way. Yeah, she could bring it to you.
Ships out all the time,
Yeah.
but that wouldn't be weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could even just we could hand wave that, have Clara be on her way.
Before we do all that, though, Pharasma's listening to us come up with
Oh
a
yeah,
plan.
that's right.
And I want to know that I want her to be aware of everything. I trust her because she used to be me, or I used to be her.
Both.
I trust her to.
Yes.
She is someone that you can't, like. I imagine she has been uncontested in her power for pretty much the entirety of existence. No god has ever been able to even fucking touch her. I expect that still holds true and will hold true, even if we failed. Like, even in the end times, Pharasma will still be one of the last gods remaining in power. She'll just have a lot of work to do because of all the dead souls coming in. Assuming they even die and the souls are able to escape Rovagug.
Yeah, assuming Robogug doesn't eat them all.
But I think what we need to be like, what I want from her in this moment, I guess, is sort of like to chime in with anything she knows, if she thinks this will work, not work, or if she can help us figure out like the best way to go about this plan. And like, because where I'm confused, where my brain is starting to fry, is I need a timeline of events, what we can expect to happen. We need things to play out the way.
Play it out.
And we need to then go through hypotheticals of, if this goes wrong, or if someone throws a wrench in the plans at this point, how do we get to the next phase smoothly? right? Because I think that's what we got to do. We got to break it into phases, and then we have to, and we have to make sure our timetables are good. Like we're quick and we don't waste time.
We can't. We don't have a minute to.
It seems to me that you need to access this weapon first, gather your armada, your fleet, return to Galerion, amass your forces, and I suppose the next step would be slay Lamashtu. Cut off his Nyarlathotep's weapon, his main cudgel. She's nothing more than a mace.
Well, we could kill her, but we can't permanently kill her. We could, if we were to kill her, she would go back to the abyss, to her domain. She would have to remain there for a year, which would be past the time of the conjunction. She would not dare leave. Her forces could still be used. Her monsters would still fight, but she would not be part of the battle. So there is that. I mean, we could slay her once and not have to follow her into her domain where it would be way too dangerous. Just,
What's
she
your
would be
domain?
easier.
The
What's up?
Abyss.
She's a demon lord and a god. She's the only divine demon lord. Well, Nocticula is different.
Yeah.
She's technically
What
now
if we
also divine.
did go to the abyss, though?
What if we
Well,
go to the
there's-
abysses? Sorry.
I mean, we could. Honestly, I feel like Danny would do well in Alushanara, the in the Midnight Isles, which is where
Could see that.
Nocticula, the succubus queen, reigns. You could
What if
parlay
Danny
for an alliance with
becomes
her.
Succubus?
There you go.
Oh,
An elf vampire succubus.
F up.
Never
A
heard
F
of
up.
it.
traveling elf succubus vampire.
Love it.
Yep.
I feel like you wouldn't need to even become a succubus. She could just teach you like some tricks.
Yeah, pretty much.
She'd be like, "You don't have to be a succubus to have powers like a succubus. Here," and then like teach you like a spell or something.
Like, I just feel on the path that Danny's going, I feel like evil is just so close to her.
It's
Like,
so there.
It's so
just
tasty.
grasp it. What if she becomes BBG?
Right.
I mean, you really want to undo all this work we're doing?
No.
We're all dying, getting sucked into a black hole. And I'm
Danny's
just like,
just
bro.
My brother. You
Brother.
have a whole
Getting,
fucking Obi-Wan.
getting spaghettified. Like,
Have an
we're getting
fucking
Jumanji'd
moment.
into Romagog.
So I think actually the next step would be evacuating these Civ.
Yes.
Because
We're-
to get the weapon, you have to activate the planet, which will sterilize it.
Yes, and we are also getting way ahead of ourselves with our plans.
Mhm.
But it's not my fault that you
No,
decided
it's
to drop
important.
that bomb on me.
Yeah.
I only
Oh
did
my
that
God.
because you contacted Pharasma directly. I wasn't
Yeah.
planning to reveal that for a while yet.
What was your plan to when to reveal that?
Right around the end of this, like 3 or 4 more sessions from now.
Got a
I was going to do it through
here.
little lore drops here and there.
All right. So here's what we got to do. And also there are elders here with us, and it's like,
Yes.
all right, look, we've been speaking with the god of the dead. Your gods that you worship are actually your ancestors, which is actually very good to worship your ancestors. They brought you to
Yes.
where you are, but they were elves, not unlike this elf here. And I gesture to the sort of hologram of Farrah, and I say, what we need to do now is unite your tribes. We need to evacuate you from your world. You'll find a world of green and lush earth, something that you have in very limited supply here. It is in bountiful supply on Galerion, which is where we must head. This place has nothing like you. You will be the only ones of your kind, but we know of a place where you will find sanctuary, and from there, we can get you fed and treated for anyone who is suffering from any diseases that we are able to help you with. But in return, we need all of the information you have about this structure you live on, this world. and that's is anything even obscure like a song or a poem. I imagine there are hidden
Oh.
codes or numbers.
Of
Maybe.
course. The Life Basin tribe, we worship the melody of the Civ song. The strong coming in from the bass, you know? But the Field Stomach tribe, they are all about rhythm, percussion, doots, to hit to the bone. The Mind River tribe, however, they wandering harmonies is their specialty.
Let's get the band back together, hey?
Hell yeah.
We can,
And-
we can start heading out to one of the other two tribes. You can pick which one.
Stomach.
No, yeah, there's no order.
Hey, can I take a? Can we do intermission? I gotta put my baby to
Oh
bed.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do that. Jump to intermission. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Grab a drink, grab a snack. We'll be right back. See you in a sec.
Back.
Welcome back, everyone. We are back from our intermission. Where last we left off, Lux Et Umbra was planning the plot and downfall of several deities and the Armageddon to come. But first things first, in order to do so, you're going to need to convince all of the Civ, the people of this Ecumenopolis, to evacuate. And unite up and evacuate so that you can gather this weapon, this stellar degenerator, in your giant bluff. So, Scylla Godarm, the leader of the Life Basin tribe, who has been around and to see all of these revelations about Zavid and everything, has agreed to take you to the other tribes. She will act as sort of an ambassador because they aren't hostile to each other, but the three tribes don't really get along. You know, they aren't warring. Yeah, they're siblings. That's a good way. They need each other because the Life Basin lives on top of the food. The Filth Stomach lives on top of the water filtration system, and the Mind River tribe lives on top of the air filtration
It
system.
reminds me of the tribes in Wakanda, where like
Yeah.
they have a rivalry, and
Yes.
there's that one guy who would like to be the overking for everybody, but he fails to beat the
Yeah,
main character,
that's
Chadwick Boseman.
very accurate, actually. So you're walking, and it's a bit of a walk. It's only a couple of kilometers, so it's not super long. Is there anything you want to ask or talk about with Scylla before you reach this area?
You're a
Yes, the closer you get, the more kind of rancid the air becomes. The air in this planet is very whisper thin. It's like walking up on a very tall mountaintop, but you can tell it gets a lot more acrid the closer you get to this place. Yes.
I am gonna just I'm gonna see how bad I'm. What's a good composure?
Fortitude save.
Fortitude save? Okay.
Say
I'm gonna
DC of
do a-
40. See if you gag.
Yeah, how bad
No,
am
yep,
I?
you hit the DC right on at 40, so it's nasty, but you're keeping your shit together.
What
He
is
looks
it?
over to Danny and just goes, "Oh, I'm not gonna, but just smell it."
Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, so the smell goes away immediately with Danny's magic that she's been using since level 1. It's one of your most commonly used spells.
It is so
Great.
good for roleplay.
Prestidigitation to get rid of the blood and the smell.
I've used that since the beginning.
Yep,
Perfect. Reese
literally
is just
since the
like,
beginning.
it's like a gas that
Mhm.
he's like, "Do you have something? I know you have something. I don't know. I'm not a fucking." Like, essentially, is what's going through his head.
Sure juiced in the necklace of adaptation, Shane. But
Yeah.
so Scylla begins to tell you a little bit about the tribe. She says, the Field Stomach tribe, they are much larger than we in the Life Basin. They grow up strong, they have thick bones. They're much less trusting as well. Their leader, Thissa Dark Delver, he is also an artifact hoarder such as myself, which is why he is their Yirek. He has the gift of the dark seer. It is allows him to see all. You cannot sneak up on him. He sees you. You shine as bright as the sun, even in shadow.
But and see, Reese just looks over to Con and goes,
I thought you would never ask.
"Yes." Yeah. So like Reese does his like the thing where it can hide smell, and Also his thing where others have to roll if they roll low on their whatever the fuck.
Sure. Not a problem. And I will have Khan do her own different stealths. Go ahead and roll me a stealth in the tower. You can have guidance if you want. I don't mind.
Okay. Guidance is how do I
Just +1. Click in the modifier and the type of 1, and then roll the die in the tower.
I
And I'll do one for Khan as well.
I
I see something rolling. Yep, there you go. Alrighty, cool. I know the results. So, as you're approaching, you are stopped. Well, I'll show this first. You can see that there's a large pit in front of you. It's a square pit that goes down into the ground, and the end is fenced off. From where you're at, you can just barely make out a couple of large cylindrical tanks before you are stopped by 4 large muscular civ, each wearing very intimidating outfits, all of which are made from cobbled together pieces of broken technology. One of them has hard drive platters on a forehead piece. Another one has a piece of scaled filtration system worn as a hat, these kinds of things. But they come up to you and say, Yirek Godarm, what brings you to the filth stomach? Who are these strangers? These are Lux Et Umbra. They come from the stars. Behold, and a holder of 3 artifacts. And Scylla moves out of the way to show Khan, who's proudly holding these 3 items. Like, you know the meme of how can I hold all these limes? That's Khan holding all these objects like, hey! And the 4 of these large civ look shocked, reverent awe, and they immediately kind of put their hands up and take a step back. They look at each other and they say, do you need to speak to the Yirek? Yes, please. We do not come in with hostilities. We just need to talk. We need to speak with the Yirek. Very well. Yes, of course. And they immediately run down into the pitted area. And I'll just open this up now. As they get out of the way, you can see that there are pipes and walkways and cobbled together ladders everywhere, leading to different tanks of water that comes bubbling up out of pipes and gets sucked out of other drains. Scylla looks to you and says, it should be safe to come in. Just watch your step. There are many falls. So she and the other civ lead you down to here. And you can see that there is... Oh, give me perception
Wait,
checks, actually.
Oh, he's already down there. Damn.
He's already down there, yeah.
Okay.
I ran, I sprinted.
Give me perception checks.
Everyone?
Sure.
Tower or no tower?
Public's fine. No tower. Nice, Danny.
Almost a 20.
Almost, yeah, that was very close.
About Khan.
Oh yeah, con. Let's see, con, perception.
Reese is too busy trying not to focus on the smell.
Reese and Con are very busy trying to sneak around, and as you're doing so, you see this man. Actually, let's see here. Danny is the only one who hears. There's a high-pitched beeping sound. You hear 2 high-pitched doot, and this Civ man stands up tall, and he turns around, looks right in your direction, Reese, and he says, "You two, come out of hiding and speak to me like a Civ." As he looks back over to Zavid and Scylla and Danny. Let me see here. He's a tall Civ man who has a large broken metal platter on his forehead as a head ornament. He wears a mask covering most of his face, and grafted to the left side of his head is clearly a piece of civ tech that is working, because there is a glass screen in front of his eye that shows symbols that you can't tell from where you're at. But there's a bunch of stuff going on this piece of glass. He says, Yirek Godharm, to what do I owe the pleasure? We have come with travelers from beyond. They are carriers of artifacts. Please, I will let them speak for themselves, but you need to hear what they have to say. They have come to help. They have come to help the world. You know as well as I it is dying. I see that the small one does indeed hold sacred relics. Very well. I will hear what you have to say. Step forward. But Reese, he did indeed see you and Khan.
Damn, he's good. That's how you know he's...
Yes. Yeah, so he knows you're there.
I'll walk forward. I will say, we come from the stars. The bodies in the sky that do not follow a normal path. Those are worlds. You know of one. Golarian. Whatever, where we've got tongues up, so it's like whatever that translation is.
Prison is what that translates to.
Your ancestors knew much. They had a lot of knowledge. They built this place, and they did so for a reason. And that the reason has come up again. The one that threatened your people in ages past, your ancestors who sacrificed themselves by living on this world to protect the rest of the universe. But I fear perhaps you have lost the meaning of your sacrifice over the years. Do you understand the danger that we now face?
It has been known to me that the world is dying. I have seen the stars, the dancing ones in the sky. They are coming close to a line. Their power is palpable even from here. But the forces below have been dying. The water comes up not as clear. The vegetables, sad to say, Sila, are not as delicious. Where we meditate, the waters give back horrible nightmares as of late.
Your woes are not a coincidence. The life this world can support was limited to the cycle of these planets. By the time that the Hungry One emerges, this planet will have failed completely, though you have done well in keeping it working all this time.
I think that's...
However...
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Reese, when after that he drops his thing and emerges. Like, however, see that and want to help everyone in this world itself. So could keep eating delicious, having water all over again, but have to work together in order to do that. And clearly very perceptive, like a little I was testing asked very well. I believe
Make a deception.
What?
What'd you think?
I'm like, you better roll deception because I know that you weren't testing him at all.
No, I was rolling for Khan. That was me.
We were testing and very perceptive. So how about work together so this planet world has more plenty?
If you can help my people heal this world, I do believe I can listen to you. But you need to work on your sneakiness. You shine bright like the stars in the sky, even in shadows. And at that, with Khan's roll just now, she pipes in and realizes, I think that device on his face, I believe it is an infrared sensor. He can see our heat signature. So even if we are not visible, he can still see us.
That's
Can you
very clever.
show him what you can see through your visor so that he can understand the danger that this world is in? Lack of resources is the least of your problems.
Yeah.
Oui. And Khan pulls out the lens and hands it over to him, and he says, thank you for this great honor. Look up to the sky. Look at the sisters. However, that is said in French. He looks up and is shocked as he finally sees the energy beams from all the 11 planets coming to the center. And he looks around and is just taking in all this extra wavelengths of light he can see. And he says, truly, you are the holder of a magnificent piece. Yes, I believe you. I do believe you are here on good intentions. Please, if you can help, at least take a look. I will do what I can to bring my forces to help you with whatever you need.
This is all we ask. Let us talk to you in private so you get a fuller picture of what is to come. And then you may communicate this to your tribe as you see fit.
Yes.
We will be talking to the other tribes as well. You are all in this together. So any differences that you've had in the past, you may need to put aside for your common survival.
We have not summoned a moot in a very long time, but I do believe circumstances dictate that we must. Come, we will speak in private down below. And I will...
We don't need to roleplay this whole part if you want to, but
There's a little bit... There's a part in here that I want you to do, but we don't have to roleplay what you were saying specifically.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
So you can close out on the map you were on, the upper one with all the water treatment plants, and he's walking you below, and he says, the built stomach takes in all of the badness from the waters around. The veins, the systems bring it in. It gets put through the body of the world and brings up pools of fresh water. But lately, we cannot approach the far chamber. It gives burns on the skin as though standing outside for a day. And he's pointing to this one over here. He says that if you get close to like this, roughly this area, it'll burn your skin.
Danny? I'm kidding. Oh, it doesn't seem that bad. No, I feel like it's probably radiation, if I had to guess. So we would need...
That is a pretty good guess. Khan pulls out her Geiger counter, which we have canonically determined she has.
Yep.
And yeah, it starts going off. And Khan says, oh, it looks like it is in the ultraviolet. No wonder Dark Delver here could not see it. And actually, since Khan has a device, I won't even make her roll for it, but now you can see that there is indeed a leak down there of ultraviolet radiation. You nailed it, Shane.
We have a robot pet that can go in and handle
The auto
this.
gnome.
Yeah.
Are they with us?
It was on the ship at the very least.
Could
Can we
always
summon
send
them?
communication.
Easy enough, yeah. We can hand wave that. That's easy enough. Yeah, the auto gnome, which I can see, swarm. Is that what it's called?
The best defense against
There he is.
something that harms your skin is to employ an ally who has no skin. Though his sensors might go a little bit crazy, perhaps we implement some protection on his eyes so he can still see.
All right. With very little issue, you are able to get your little friend, the swarm. That's too big. There we go. The little clockwork auto gnome who has been on your ship. He's mostly been living in the observatory for since like level 5, I think. This is a very old school friend of Lux Et Umbra. He comes out. Yes, yes, Zavid Admiral. What can I do for you? And tries to salute.
No need for formality here. We need you to patch up a leak that is in a reactor core down there. It is leaking radiation, I believe ultraviolet, but maybe higher frequencies. For obviously reasons, we cannot approach it, but you do not have the weaknesses of the flesh. Perhaps you may be able to assist.
Of course, affirmative. And it begins to walk down. And I'm going to use Khan's crafting on this because she's on her walkie-talkie giving it orders, telling it how to fix it. Go to the left, pull this pipe here, cross these wires. Let's see, I'm going to go with Civ Tech. How about that? Yeah. Ooh, nice, 45. That is a natural 17. Good roll for that. So, with very little effort, Khan and the Swarm are able to take some slag of ceramite, the ceramic metallic alloy Khan's been finding. She's been finding, slag and pieces of it everywhere. She's able to get it so that it can weld these pieces into place. It won't be a permanent fix, but it'll at least stop the leak of the UV radiation for the moment. That'll take a few minutes. If there's anything you need to ask of Thissa, what did I name him? Thissa, Dark Delver, while the gnome is working on that, you can.
I guess I'd like to ask if I would want to compare and contrast their impressions about this world and the like the natural stuff like vegetation, dirt, earth, that sort of thing. Like, what is their opinion on it, and gauging that if they are roughly like ambivalent or even positive interpretations, like sort of sell them on coming to Galarian. If they have a negative view of it, of just like we prefer worlds of metal and stuff, I would sell them on maybe like a dwarven or mountain facility where there is a lot of that, but it is still off-world, so that they can still feel kind of at home, perhaps.
My people, the Dark Delvers, like the Dark Reaches, the Undergrounds.
You are not
Very
alone in that.
strong, proud people. I forgot, give me perception checks, everyone. Because there's probably... it's maybe an hour to have the Swarm fix up that thing with Khan's help.
Jesus Christ.
Good
Nice.
us. Khan,
Oh yeah,
can you save
Khan.
us?
Khan can maybe save us. Let's see.
Khan's just playing a Game Boy.
Right. There we go. Khan
What?
got it.
What was it? Oh,
That was it?
okay.
So Khan she's a nervous talker like me on the phone. She's pacing around, can't sit still on the phone. And as she's pacing around, she comes over here and sees that there is another one of those storage lockers like Reese found in the food woo. And she calls you over, Reese, look at this. It is another of those the button pads. Do you think you could translate this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's Lord Sifrek.
That's right.
Here.
Booyah! No, you got it. You hit it.
Okay.
It's 30. It was 36.
Oh, thank God.
The lore for the lore Sivrak stuff, the DCs are lower. So you are able to figure out the passcode to this thing because of all of the secret information you stole from Skitrix, yada yada yada, all your experiences. You're getting better at this, and you find another one of those data crystals.
Oh, he just... Like, physically?
Yeah, you find it's basically in a drawer that you unlocked, for lack of a better
so
term.
he... Basically, Reese does his version of crafting. Tinkers around, pulls it out like, hey, look. And
Oh, Eureka!
And he walks out confident and goes back to everyone. Found one of these.
Khan pops it into her artifact, the iPad thing basically that Reese found. And after a moment, Danny gives a little bit of a song, and it dings to life. And once again, you see Dr. Farrah Samatrix come in on this screen. And let me share this so you can see it as well. Come on.
Is the reason the aliens have 4 sets of eyes because she's got glasses?
She has glasses.
4
She's
eyes.
a 4 eyes.
Surprise.
That's great. She pops on. That's very funny. She says, Engineer's log, 13th Varus, Year 5, Heptastrododecon. Waste Eater 3000, Report 21-70R. Gods, who nicknames these sectors? Anyway, water reclamation filtration system running suboptimally. Sterilization array 4B is overcycling again. Ultraviolet output is well over safe specification. Last tech went in without protective equipment, had his forearm skin stripped to the dermis. I've put in requisition forms of replacement parts 3 times, but logistics keeps insisting we can make do with pulse modulation. Accursed money movers don't understand the first thing about megastructure and engineering. Internal heating stress causing nano cracks in the gas transference pipes. Recommend immediate shutdown of 4B until engineering techs can access and repair it. They won't send anyone. No one wants to go down here. And honestly, I don't blame them. None of my underlings can handle the smell. Might have to roll up my sleeves and repair the Waste Eater 3000 myself. Ugh. End log. Dr. Farrah Samatrix, lead megastructure engineer. And then the message clicks off. It sounds like these cascading systemic failures are nothing new, eh?
They just kind of piece together with Band-Aid.
Things have never worked ideally in the world. It is a rough place.
So did
But-
that give us anything else we could gather?
It basically told you that the cascading system failures there's more than just the few. It seems like every system on this planet is failing. And they're compounding over time and just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And as you said last time, this planet probably has a week, maybe 2, before everything just shuts down. But after a short... Oh yeah, go ahead.
I just want to explain to him, like, you have done admirably keeping things going, but even if we fix this now, you understand it is only going to buy a little bit of time. You have to leave this world. It's constructed by our ancestors, but its purpose will be served soon. As you saw with the other sisters in their neighboring worlds, you will be blasted by that same energy once it's activated. And there are bad entities out there that want to activate it.
I see.
Plus, it does serve a purpose. We need to get you to safety before that happens.
Yes, the planet is dying. My people, I want them to live. Please, if you can get us off of this dying rock, I will take your offer of mercy. I am not too proud to accept help when I know it is needed.
Of course. Yeah, that's it, really. I mean, he didn't put up much of a fight to that, you know.
Basically, holding the artifacts like Khan does, but gives you instant trust.
Hell yeah.
If you want, we can go over to the third one, knock them out really fast, and that's actually where I was hoping to get to by the end of this session.
Let's do
Like,
that.
I would really like to finish off the third one.
Let's time warp.
Yep, we can kind of time warp, hand wave a little bit. I will just drop you on this map here. So,
What's the vibe of this one?
chill, dude.
All right.
You're hanging out on the river with your buds.
Oh, good.
Cool. We got Eden Sur. Background.
Nice. Let me just add a couple of things to this map really fast. Adding the 2 of these leaders, since, that'll help. Okay, great. So you leave the filth stomach. You walk a little bit ways across the the debris fields. There's shattered technology everywhere. But eventually, you start to hear running water, like a river almost. And Sila Godarm tells you, well, we are approaching the Mind River tribe. They are aloof, very spacey people. They look off in the far distance. They have no work ethic. They are lazy. No, no, stop this, Dark Delver. They're not lazy. They are oracles. They see things we do not. They get the visions that we do not. You need to be more open-minded. Open-minded is what got us into this predicament. And these two, they bicker back and forth like an old married couple. It's clearly nothing violent, like no bad blood, but they're constantly bickering.
Yeah.
So as you get in, you knock at a door. They knock, and it's open. You see a door open up. Whoops, that's the wrong link. I want the image. There it is. And you see a door open, and a large, muscular Stiv holding what appears to be a battle axe, but at the end is the same type of data pad that Khan found, or that Reese found that Khan has been using, but it appears there's nothing on the screen. It appears to be inert, but it's on the end of a stick like a large battle axe. He opens the door and says, Sila, Godarm and Dark Delver, what brings you here to the Mind River?
Also, is there a map?
Yes, that's right. Yes. You see in front of you a flowing river of clear blue water. Steamy. It looks warm and inviting. The air seems fresh. I want perception checks from everybody, please.
Okay.
Up today. I love them, but
Well,
Nat 20. Nice. Okay, Zavid. As you're sniffing around, and that makes sense. You kind of follow your nose a lot. The smell here is off. The air is sweet. A little weirdly sweet. You're not sure what it means, but it's weird, and it seems incorrect.
I'm gonna stop everyone for a moment. I point, like I kind of smell the air. I point up. I say, "Do you smell that?" Kind of point it out to people. That sweetness, that unnatural sweetness in the air.
Khan begins to sniff. With her rat muzzle, with her rat muzzle and her sense of smell. And I just rolled a crafting, and she got a 51 for a critical. Snout. That's the word. Snout, not muzzle. Thank you. Yes. Snout. Thank you. And she rolled a critical 51 crafting, and she says, "Oh, oui, Zephyr, you're correct. That is nitrous oxide. It is a laughing gas. This might be fun."
They
Oh,
need
that
to ventilate this
explains.
place. We are not going to be able to get them to take us seriously if we do not ventilate this place. We will get lightheaded and
Yeah.
we will not be able to explain properly. The only one who can maybe explain, and I gesture to
Danny.
Danny. I'm like, Danny doesn't need to breathe. He can maybe explain.
Yeah,
this
Danny
more.
could take over.
Can
Is
I
there-
do a medicine just to like see how these guys?
Sure, all three of you can do that, because I know all of you have medicine.
Reese, what the
Man,
fuck?
you're rolling bad, Reese.
Look, it'll matter when it matters.
You are susceptible to this. I feel like.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
like-
my head is high in the clouds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Reese is already getting high off the nitrous.
You start like doing that, like,
Yeah.
I'm looking like
Reese at the dentist. Yeah, you're that.
This is,
You know that
yeah,
video of, what is it, Charlie at the dentist or whatever?
Charlie bit my finger.
Reese at the
This real
dentist.
life.
So, Zavid, yeah, you can see that this guard, though he's trying to be intimidating, it's kind of like if Butthead from Beavis and Butthead were trying to be a bounce, like, dude, you can't come in here. But it's not as obvious as that, clearly. But like, he's got that, like, his eyes are like this, and he's got kind of that like bloodshot look. But he's like, what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here.
And he has lived most of his life in this environment. He had to train himself to resist and be against this in a way. So he's despite this, he is like he's a guard because he's able to maintain his composure in such an environment. I wonder.
Easy explanation.
Oh.
What kind of gas is it?
Nitrous oxide. It's the stuff the dentist gives you that makes you laugh and giggle.
Is there anything that can purify it?
No.
Purify water is a spell, but you would need to upcast the shit out of it.
I think our best bet is to ventilate this area. We need to get fresh air in here.
That's easy enough. We could just
Wind spell.
We need permission. We need to open it up, and then we need to ventilate it, and then we need to ask them, like, we need to figure out where the gas is coming from, because there's a leak clearly, and it's gonna keep being an issue if we don't.
I think what I might suggest when we do that, we can fire off a few
There you go. Yeah,
air
arrows.
elemental arrows,
I was
and
gonna
literally
say-
move the wind.
What, Danny?
I was gonna say, what if I was to use known location to figure out where it's coming from?
Yeah.
That might help.
It
Yeah,
be
that could
very
help.
useful. Yeah.
Is that a spell? Just no location or something? Yeah, cool. You could absolutely cast that.
Or I think they renamed it to locate, but it's the
Locate?
same thing.
Sure.
It didn't change the text. They just
What do you?
renamed it.
And you're just trying to find like the source of the leak. What are you trying to find?
I mean, yes.
Or-
right. I mean,
Yeah,
The source
okay.
of the link?
Then yeah, with that spell, you can tell that it's coming from below you, not far, about 50 feet below, and like over there. You can see it, and you can see that it's bubbling into the water source. Like so, this is basically like carbonated soda, but instead of CO2, it's NO. It's nitrous-sided soda. Nitrous soda, basically. It's water with nitrous oxide in it.
here's what I'd like to do. I would like to deny you the opportunity to role play as this fucking like what's up guy, and I would like our chieftains that came with us to go talk to him while we fix the leak.
Yeah.
Cool, that's fine.
I end up feeling funny, but at the same time, there's a part of me that's just like, no, we're gonna talk to him when his head is clear. I don't want to talk to him while he's
No,
all.
we might punch him. And we
That's
don't
very
want
funny.
that.
Then I want you to at least explain to me how you get around the guard. It won't be hard because, like I said, he's been fighting the nitrous his whole life. But how do you
Oh,
get around
that's-
this guy?
Oh, that's easy. Please.
It's easy. Okay.
Yeah, come on, Reese. How do you
He's
get the
been
whole party
fighting
around?
it his whole life, but at the same time, I think I know how to handle high people. Reese is just gonna start a fucking conversation with him. Can I do a society check?
Yes, or even a civ lore would be
Civ
fine.
lore, yeah, let's do.
Because you're trying to figure out stuff about a civ and like figure
was-
out.
That was better than my plan, which was going to be flirt with the guard.
No.
38, yeah.
Tried and true.
Yeah, Reese.
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you do? That's a success.
Reese goes over to him and just, whoa, that iPad thing. I think he does.
This is my weapon, my power, my station of power. It was given to me when I was given the position of Yurek guard.
Whoa, can you like actually tell me all about that? I'd be so interested.
Oh, of course, you like axe. I love axe. You look,
Oh my
the
God, Max, they're the
screen.
best.
Screen is the hardest substance in world. Look, and he takes it and smashes it into the wall, and it slices into it like an adamantine knife in butter. And
So freaking-
yeah,
And he brings
You just
out like
kinda-
one of his weapons because he has like a shit ton. It's like,
mm-hmm.
okay, try this, try that. Like, so Reese is just
Yeah, yeah.
so you can tell.
Yeah,
If
as he
Danny
does
wasn't
that,
married,
go
she
ahead.
would be all up on this.
Isn't he cute? I love this art so much. All of this art is just, again, props to the artist. I found it again, but I don't remember their name. It was
I
a
went and I rated
yeah.
the profile for
It
all
was like a
this.
3D render challenge on Facebook, I think was the
It was
original
a
source.
tutorial, yeah, on
Yeah.
how to. He basically made a bunch of alien heads, selected this one, then did a bunch of bodies, selected this one, and then did like a bunch of outfits. And so he created this from like scratch.
Yeah, I howled when I found this art because these are exactly what I needed. So I will put all of you, except Reese. So it's just gonna be Khan, Danny, and Zavid. Just for shits and giggles, Zavid and Danny, give me a stealth check publicly.
Okay.
Honestly, about when I'm high, what will fucking distract me?
Weapons.
Just talk to me.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, looking for my stealth. There's
Did
my stealth.
Khan turn into her pest form?
Yeah, Khan goes full rat mode and
I
hides
bet
in.
she immediately gets high because her smaller body metabolizes the
In
nitrous
fact,
oxide
actually, I do
faster.
need you to all roll me fortitude saves. DC is 44. Well, I guess not Danny, just Zavid and Khan.
Can I roll one just to see
Yeah,
how high
you
I'm
two.
getting?
You're up there too. You're getting high too.
Uh,
Fortitude.
that's all right.
Hell, fell. Come on, when I need you to
Reese
fail.
succeeds. That's funny. Khan and Zavid both fail though. So the two of you are stupefied for the moment.
Yeah, I've had laughing gas before, and it's very out of body in a way. It's like it feels like your consciousness has sunk back into some the screen
Dimension.
of what you can see is like extended forward, and everything feels far away, and then like you're still in the dentist chair, and there's like this tingling sensation, but then the moment you like move, it's like, oh, my arm was always there. Like you forgot you had an arm
Yes.
because it's like everything.
That's very
feels
it.
far
Yes.
away.
Oh, I can
I
feel it
just
in my
used I used Khan's weekly hero point to re-roll it, and she got a natural 18 for 47. So Khan actually succeeded on the laughing gas. Because she's an alchemist, of course she did. She's used to these chemicals in her body all the time. But Zavid, you're this place is kind of cool.
I think Zavid wouldn't react in the giggly
The
way that
normal way, but
I think because I've had it happen, it's interesting, and I think he's just like quiet, and he's just looking at his hand, like like he's just experiencing the fucking high that it gives, and he's like not saying anything, like he's afraid to talk.
I love that.
I love that. So, excuse me. As you're walking, you eventually follow the sounds of hissing pipes. And shout out to Angela Maps, because this is. Remember when you went to the shipwreck and you found the guy in the air pocket in the ship? That was her map. So,
Hell yeah.
inadvertent friend of the channel, using another one of her maps. Anyway, you see this massive contraption of pipes and levers and pulleys and lights and steam and vents. And this is what you see in front of you. You'll need to roll checks to get any more information.
So with this spell, it should tell me exactly where it's at.
That's right, yes. The leak of the nitrous oxide is going to be in this tank right here. It's like kind of pale blue, wide cylindrical tank. There's appears to be a crack in one of the pipes, and you can see bubbling up into this water. It's clear, so you can see into it, and you can see this stream of bubbles.
I point to the crack, and then I immediately like trip. Oh, I can't move.
Oh, unlock. There you go.
I like trip over myself, and I'm just like.
Can I grab him
Crack.
by the shirt? Like,
Crack. Crack. I like say the same word over and over. So like I'm gonna lose my thought if I don't keep on it. Crack. Crack. Crack.
are you
help.
okay, Zavid?
Crack. Crack. And I'm pointing at the thing.
And Khan will
No,
pick up on it and move over there.
Going that way.
And Khan will,
This-
come on, buddy. Come and test this badge. He'll pat you over and walk you over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're the one who has mending.
Yeah, I go over to the crack and I'm like, crack. And I start mending it. But then I stop. As I'm about to cast a spell, I look, I'm like, mend? Right?
Mend.
Mend. Oui.
Mend.
Uh, I can speak, by the way. I know how to speak. Words are fine. I can do that. And I'm like casting the spell, trying to assure you, oh, I'm still here. I'm still smart, but
I'm good to
looks kinda
drive.
the salad of like, I no words can speak fine. It's all right.
You
Don't
have the
worry
best
about me.
words.
The best words.
The best word.
And then I think I can still cast the spell. It's just a
Yes.
cantrip.
It's just a cantrip, and you're not in combat.
Right, but I'm like, so when I have gotten high, this is how weed affects me. It's like it can make me giggly, but it can also be super frustrating because it can cut my thoughts off.
Yep.
Like my short-term memory
Sure.
becomes crap, and I can't hold a conversation. I just become an invalid, a dummy, and it like, and when I would like drink, I would do it socially. Drinking is fine because it's well, fine.
Fine. Yeah.
Me feels better because it's instead of being like I can't finish a thought, it's I can have the thought, I'm just like it's delayed. There's like a delay between what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, and so I end up looking like an idiot, but I feel like I'm having the right thoughts. It's just I look stupid, whereas with weed it's like I can't even think and then I get mad.
Yeah.
That like what the fuck. So I think Zvid's never experienced this before, so he's just like he's for his life grasping onto whatever the thought he's having and trying not to let go and just saying the same word over and over again. So he's just trying to make sure he doesn't lose it, which is why he's like repeating himself over and over.
Yeah.
And he mends the thing, and then he looks at Khan and goes, "Need more thing? Do we do more?"
Give me perception checks, you and Danny.
I feel like this is how my thoughts happen without getting high half the time, and my mouth is saying what is actually translating, but in my head, just like thing, hand, grab.
Zvid, in your Khan and Danny didn't notice this, but in your state of interest, you're looking around in directions you normally wouldn't have, and you see that there's a pipe high up, just below a catwalk, that's frozen. It's got ice all around it. And I've just pointed an arrow at it.
And I point, I go, pipe, and you guys are looking, there's pipes everywhere. And then I take like Khan's head and I point her at the pipe. I go, ice on the pipe! That's not supposed to be there!
Oh, poor baby.
What do we do?
Khan will rat mode and scurry up, and I'll have her roll crafting. See if she can figure out what this is.
While she's doing that, I walk over to Danny and I'm like, I can't be a god. I can't be a god. I can't do it.
You are a god.
No.
Yes.
Look at what's going on. The pipe is frozen. I can't do anything.
Can I
That is such
can
a
I
horrible-
slap Zavid?
Yes.
Like, pull yourself together.
Give me another saving throw. DC of 40. Let's do a will save on this one. It was fortitude earlier, so will save
This
40.
is the shit I would end up crying about.
Yeah, there it is. You were just able to snap yourself out of it. And I'll take your stupefied away as well.
She just kind of like gets her hand and she slaps you as hard as she can. And there's a moment she's like, "Oh, that felt really nice."
Danny, that hurt.
Rightfully so. Pull yourself together, Zavid. You've got this. I have faith in you.
I just mean that this gas leak made it really hard to think straight. If that's all it takes, what hope do we have, right? That's it. I mean, I guess you're fine. And Khan's fine. God, maybe I just need a gas mask.
Oh, that's right. I have one in my bag, Khan says as she pulls one out and throws it at you. You had an extra pair of gloves this entire time? Yeah, we're in the Rockies.
What is that from?
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. That's right. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountains would be a lot more rockier than this.
John Denver's full of shit.
I take the mask and I try to fit it on. It's a little too small and a little too long for my face, but I'm able to.
It's
kinda
like
just
wearing a
fit it.
birthday cone on your nose.
Yeah, I just put it on my nose and.
Sorry, Cindy, I didn't mean to hit you.
Sorry about that. I didn't like it. I did not like that at all.
Oh.
Are going to be a great god. You are a great
This
person.
feels. You know, what this feels like the conversation. Like you're gonna be a great dad. Don't worry. You're gonna be a great god. You're gonna be so good to your
Just think about when
followers.
they grow
So
up.
good.
But what if they don't like me? The fact that you're thinking about that is a sign that you're gonna do okay.
Yeah.
I want you two to give me another round of perception
I
checks.
see something. Can I spot it?
Yeah, what do you see?
This bulb is red.
That's actually, yeah, that was it. So I guess you don't need it. You do notice that there's a red light over there. And Khan says, it looks like this pipe is frozen because there are heaters around the pipe to keep it its temperature normal, and they were running off of UV energy. It was because of the leak over at the field stomach. It was not being routed here. Now that we have patched that up, it should warm this up. That should take care of the CO2 scrubbers. Now to fix the nitrous. What is it you found, David?
This light bulb is red. And that feels wrong because all the other ones are green. So, ergo, a crafting check.
Wow. Natural twendo.
Let's go.
You reach in behind this pipe and you realize that the two cogs behind it are stuck together. The teeth are stuck because one of those golden data crystals is stuck in the teeth of the cogs.
So, I just like take my knife and I pop it out. It just starts going.
It kicks on. I can't change the image, but yes, the light boom turns to green. You can hear the hissing of pipes, and in short order, you actually do see that the leak in here, the bubbling, stops after not very long.
Is this a data crystal?
Yes.
And I show it to Khan, like, let's take a look. Oh wait, actually, let's go upstairs so that Reese can see this too.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me see. Mind River. I can drop you all on here. Doop. Okay.
As I'm walking up, as I realize I was able to fix that problem, I tell Danny, thank you for the pep talk and the pep slap. Though I don't think that was necessary. I think that was maybe a step too far. You didn't have to do that, but
It was done with love.
I don't like your love language. That's bad. That's hurtful. Don't do that. When we get up here, and
But this is my dagger. It is what I use when you get little things that try to sneak in, like you get.
Oh my god.
all right, where's
And he's like showing you his moves.
Yeah,
where's the
and
port
Reese
to
is
the
just
outside where we
bringing-
can get rid of.
Reese is
Oh, yeah,
bringing
open
out
up.
his ghost spear thing. Fuck is that?
Your dark silver spear or whatever.
No, the gill hook.
Oh, the gill hook. Yeah.
It's like, okay, and this, he just like goes into like this thing I haven't used yet, but when I use it, I can. Blah 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 blah.
By the way, do you have any food?
You are able to come up from this grating right here. That was how you snuck in the first place. And you can see that Reese, roll me another fortitude save, Reese. DC is 44.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Not a critical fail, but it is a failure. You are now no longer acting.
I am. So
You're just vibing with this guy.
Yeah, at first it started as an act, but you are no longer acting. You are now stupefied. So what do you all do when you see Reese? He's just having a grand old time broing out with this civ, talking about weapons.
I I'll let him. I don't want to interrupt him. I feel like Reese is enjoying himself, and
Reese doesn't do that too often. Like, there's the joke that he always does, but like, isn't had to geek out about what.
It's more like
So
he
I
always
shouldn't
wants
slap him.
to, and then
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of opportunities. We're not in the city very often. We're always traveling. Like, you know, they don't
So-
tell you about that when you're in a band and you're on tour. You're on the road more than you're in the performances, right?
Absolutely.
Let's
we
just
don't
say a
slap
little
him,
bit of
okay.
time passes, and he
Mhm.
notices you guys. He's like, "Oh, hey, how you guys doing?"
Well, we fixed the leak.
Cool.
So hey,
Are we
we need to
making
get
soup?
some air through here. Is there a way we can open up a big window? Like 2 windows on either side of this domed structure we're inside of?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we can do that. But you will need to talk to Orath. The
Oh, boy.
what is his name? The Hollow Voice is the one who can give the order. But if he
I cast a
says
jump.
Cabriri's triple jump.
I go over here, I'm like, "Sir, I have come from the stars above as an emissary of Galarian. There is much to discuss, but before we do, I must request one thing from you, just one thing. I must request opening up the dome on both sides to let in fresh air. By the way, my name is Sabine.
a diplomacy check, and you can have guidance and you can have aid from the rest. And in fact, you can roll it at advantage. Oh, now,
Oh.
jeez.
Neat.
Sure, go ahead and roll it again to see if you get a nat 20. But jeez.
Sure.
Now, we're taking 45 was significantly higher than the DC. So, what you see is this very gray-skinned Civ. Seems to even have gills on his neck, whereas the rest did not have that. He's spotted. He wears very loose-fitting draped clothing. He's lying on what appears to be sort of a makeshift chair. Around his head, he has bolted into his jaw a piece of tech that you would need to roll stuff about. But you hear him, and you say all this to him, and he says, "Pull up a chair, stranger. Seem pretty all right to me."
All right. I
He tells me I'm
I'm gonna sit down and I just look at you guys like it's just I put my hands up like, all right, I'm sitting down now. We're gonna wait for this guy to open up the window.
And he'll wave his hand to the guard. "Open the window. Been a while since we felt the sisters in our skin." And the guard will do so. He will walk over to one of the control panels over here, press a few series of buttons, and start grinding a winch. And eventually it does.
Does anyone have a gust spell?
Yes.
I don't.
So Reese goes over to his newfound buddy, and he pulls an arrow and towards this. He shoots like 2, just so there's a good wind.
Yeah, you shoot 2 arrows up, and they hit on the top of the dome. It opens kind of like the DeLorean from the Back to the Future, and they release a large wave of air that pushes out all of the steam that was once in here that you now know was nitrous oxide. So you now have a blast of fresh air, again, thin as it is in this atmosphere. It is no longer heavily nitrous oxide.
And imagine all the other people who have just been vibing and doing stuff are just like, whoa.
Whoa. Yeah.
It
There's more
takes- I
people
know
on
it-
here.
I know it takes at least like a minute or 2 for the effects to wear off, but I'm gonna just explain the sitch to this guy. Say, excuse me, we're here with the other 2 tribes. We are fixing some of the immediate issues that each of these tribes are facing. and I kind of just highlight that some of the vegetation issue and the filtration, filth
Filth stomach.
stomach issue. And we've just fixed an issue that you've been having with your air. It should be now clean to breathe again. You might have you were wearing a respirator, but the rest of your people might have noticed that their head is starting to clear up and their minds are starting to become sharper by the second. And once you are all of sound mind again, we need to talk about some serious things.
I have gotten many reports that the levels were dropping below in the Sivlung, but you seem a trustworthy fellow, and your friend there carries artifacts, and you come with the other Yurix. I think you are most welcome here. Please.
Is that your respirator? Is that water you're breathing? Notice you have gills on your neck.
Very astute of you, yes. Some of my tribe have grown gills. It is a sign of our station.
Can you still use your lungs? Are they functional? Or?
It hurts to breathe, but I can unaided.
I would recommend it for this conversation. I know it will be a bit stressful, but the water you are breathing in still has dissolved nitrous oxide within it. It is probably affecting your mind, just as the air affected the mind of the people.
I can do this for a short time.
And we can get you like new water.
Yeah, we can kind of hand wave that. Get him fresh, clean water that's no longer has dissolved NO in it. And in very short order, within 10 minutes, Reese, your buddy, he's still your buddy, but he's like, oh, what is, I have such a headache. Oh, can I lean on you? That kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
Everyone around here is starting to get a bit of a headache, but they're coming to as the NO is gone and they're breathing out the last of it.
Yeah, it's also because it displaced oxygen. They were in a low oxygen environment, and so some of them probably were getting gills to get more oxygen from another source like the water.
Exactly.
It's
very quick mutation.
It's this
people.
Head rush of like, I'm getting enough oxygen to my brain. Oh my god.
Yeah. These people were slowly being starved of oxygen. Everyone's being slowly starved of nutrition because the food womb isn't growing enough. They had not enough water. Like, everything has been really bad and dying on this planet.
But then, I mean, after that, unless he's got something he wants to say, I want to download.
Yep, we can tell him all that.
I feel like we could just talk to everybody because we have the other two leaders here to corroborate everything.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Together.
You can just have your moot here.
Yeah. And as in point of fact, I want to plug in that last data crystal with Khan and everybody, so we can finally get the last entry from Farrah.
As you do, and I've put all of you over there. Once again, Danny sings her little song to power up the machine, and each of them, the three leaders, look to you and say, "You sing beautifully." Yes, your percussion is right on the tempo. Your harmonies are glorious. No, it is her melody, which is so beautiful. And they all kind of start to bicker over which part of Danny's song is the best, the melody versus the percussion versus the harmony. And Zavid, roll me a 12-fold dance check, please.
Yes. I'm using a hero point.
Sure.
I want.
Wasn't quite
all the rolls I want to get high on. This is
yeah, boy. 47, a nat 5 to a nat 19. Zavid, you realize there's 3 denominations of the 12-fold dance. Each one of them thinks that the correct way to sing Civ Tech into working again is a different form of song.
They all have a part.
They all, but you realize that they have to come together to form a greater whole. The sum is greater than the whole is greater than the sum of their parts.
And there's probably deviations from their oral history where it's not quite exactly right the same way it should be, whereas Ash got to see the source material. Sorry, Danny did, and so Danny has the the texts.
That's
so
right.
So I want to draw their attention to this and say these are the texts of your ancestor, the melody that you each have adopted into your culture, the way of your being. You've all focused on a different aspect of it, but each of your parts is part of a greater whole. Listen to how she sings, the notes that she hits, how she hits them, the melody. You went into a minor key on this one aspect, or maybe major key. Maybe you went to the major key because you wanted it to be more cheerful, but the real song is a little bit more mournful. It is actually in minor key here, and then
And they're all
rhythm.
rapt listening to this, and they're fully understanding what you mean.
Rhythm, you need to put more swing on it. You're going. No, you put too much swing on it. You're doing bum 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 bum, which is much groovier, but that's not the original intent. The original was 4/4 time, and it and this extra note, this extra percussion you added actually goes here, and then or not percussion, this extra like strum or whatever. And then as for the percussion, I understand wanting it to be more bombastic and adding more, but the original is meant to complement everything else. You have to dial it down a little bit. Don't go drum solo because you want to have a solo. You have to set the tempo for it. So I'm like conducting them, and then I let Danny be the lead on this thing.
Danny, would you please roll me a what did I call it? Civ song lore, please. Should be under your skills. It's under lore castles. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I want to reroll that.
Oh, that was so close to an 18.
I'm re-rolling it.
Reroll. Oh, say.
It's the Roseanne Barr national anthem.
Yeah.
The dogs. Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god.
Probably we
It's getting worse. No, we're gonna do one more.
Yep, you had two.
again. God, sub 30 is bad.
Okay.
Oh, much better. There you go.
There we go.
43, that's significantly above the DC. So, Danny, you taking Zavid's realization, you understand this music. You literally have the sheet music right in front of you. You had it since the temple. You found it in that scroll case. And you've been singing it this whole time. Every time you do, you activate something around you. You tell them which part they need, that you show them on the paper. They understand intrinsically. It's almost like you're not even having to explain it to them. They just get it. It's in them. And you begin to sing, and you lead them, and you see that every light around you grows brighter until they pop.
You mean like lights are bursting?
Every light bulb are bursting around you at the. You know in Monsters Inc. the first time Boo laughs,
Yes.
it's that.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, this was not the right spot to practice, I guess. We need to be in a certain area. And depending on where we do this, it could activate something we're not ready to activate. Download. Galarian is a wonderful world with lots of
Yes.
different biomes. And there's a spot that has a lot of biomes that meet with the Five King Mountains along with Shadow Valley. And then there's like that big forest. So it's like there's a lot right there where you can all still be together but have your own lands and live your own ways of life, and we will be your ambassadors and protect you from those that would see to do harm to you if they got the opportunity. We're pretty well liked in the region though.
The
But
other
we have
thing
to
that does happen when you sing is that Khan's datapad lights up once more, the one with the new crystal. And again, you see Dr. Farrah Samatrix. And they all, hearing her voice, all of them say, oh yes, this is the voice we hear over the systems occasionally. And Reese called it last time, it's like integrity down to 12% type, the enterprise computer type shit.
But it's like a personal video, like, "Hey, ViewTube, it's me, Dr. Chris, the video coming at you live." So we got
Hilarious.
just the
Got hull integrity down to 15%.
Yeah.
But she pops on the screen and says, Engineer's log, 7th Marish, year 11, Heptasterododecan. Atmospheric report B9-theta. CO2 scrubbers causing freezing within gas pipelines again. Environmental stabilization is intact, but the gas tempering valves are degrading faster than predicted. Metal flex within the scrubber approaching shear limits due to changing temperature gradient. Also, small leak detected in nitrous canisters used for anesthetic in the surgical tiers below. It's venting into the water main. Not dangerous in small quantities, however prolonged exposure could cause adverse mental and physical effects. Having to fill out more and more of these reports as of late, it seems. I suspect something deeper is wrong with the power subsystems below. End log. Dr. Farrah Samatrix, lead megastructure engineer.
I feel like she just keeps problems.
Yes.
I don't get paid
Not
enough for this
again.
shit.
Exactly.
I
I
might
don't
just
get paid
become a
enough for
god
this.
after this. Fuck this. That'll
The
be-
craziest part is that the ancestors of these elves, along with this megastructure, came from the first universe. It was ported over. So the problems that she was facing was of a civilization that is now long dead, and they're fucking and all the same issues that we still face today. It's like it's the more things change, the more they stay the same, you know?
That's exactly it.
But yes, you have proven yourselves beyond a reasonable doubt that you are indeed artifact holders, and you have shown us much truths that we could feel but did not know.
Yes. I think you are all correct. We do need to put aside our petty differences.
Yes, and we need to actually start to do something. So long have we lounged here by this river, just laying around waiting for the end. Why have... Oh, my head.
And all of them are suddenly just coming to the conclusion that you're right. They need to leave.
Is
We-
not something to be ashamed of. You we're lacking a piece of the puzzle. You each had 3 pieces of a 4-piece puzzle. Danny was able to provide that last part for you. But we must act quickly. There are those out there seeking this weapon. This is what you live on. You live on a giant weapon. It was used to save or attempt to save the universe, but it failed. The universe your ancestors came from, what Farrah came from, is no more. And she has forgotten her life. She has become one of the gods. But she does care about this universe as well, and this weapon can be used, but it must be repurposed, which means we are going to need to change it and keep it hidden. And when we activate it, it will sterilize this world, which means you cannot be here when that happens. So, we will arrange for ships to come. Either ships, or we're going to do a portal.
Or
I don't
gate. Danny can literally just cast gate. She has 10th level gate.
know. Oh, she could just do that?
She can just
Danny
do that. Yeah.
Can just so we need to gather everybody in one
Yeah.
spot, and I mean everybody, even old man Jenkins who you hate, everybody, because we cannot leave anyone alone. If there's other life here, like by the way, if you have like vegetables, like the type of biosphere that you have here, I've never seen plants like these. So like maybe we don't kill all the plant life here. They could be used in medicines and stuff. They're from another universe. I mean, or they're the descendants from another universe at any rate. So like there could be some really interesting, but we have to keep that contained and be careful not to destroy an ecosystem on Galarian.
You were saying you need to go below to the power systems to bring on
Yes.
the world and pull out the weapon. I think perhaps they mean to go down the pit.
And the other two kind of gasp.
The
Have you
pit.
been down this pit? Do you
It is
know what this-
forbidden. None who go down never come back.
Well,
Something broke off of it long ago. We always said it was a great bird. But we do not know what to believe anymore.
Zavid, actually,
I
all
know
of
what
you.
the pit is. I
You-
know what the pit is.
Do you?
I know exactly what the pit is. It's the female for the plug.
Yeah,
right.
for the drift rock. That's right.
Yes,
That's
we got to
so
plug
funny.
in
The drift rock
plug.
is the plug. Yes,
Which
that's
means-
100% it.
It's the socket. So we gotta when it comes in, we have to be down where it like connects and connect everything, and like it might have an automatic system, but those systems are like thousands of years old. We might have to manually go in and
Mhm.
make sure all of the stuff is connected.
So I guess the plan is now we have to get our necro pharaoh from Eox to transport this thing with the fleet. But to do so discreetly. So maybe not with the fleet, but like in it, like
Just a
smuggle it
couple
over.
of ships. Mm-hmm.
We need I don't believe Lamash 2's people are paying much attention to every single fucking world, including Eox. So we're probably good to just go, but just on we want to be careful. We don't want to. We want them to move stealthily because if they detect any, it's a big solar system. So again, I don't think they'd have to really be having their eyes on every square inch of the solar system to be able to find us. But at the same time, we don't want them to be monitoring a heat signature from Eox and be like, out of curiosity, where is it going? And then somehow find the weapon. So like, any way we can disguise that or make it not noticeable on a broad general scan of what's going on, that would be ideal. And then moving it to this, we'll have to put the thing, but we need to get everybody off the world first. I think what we need to do is get them to safety first, then redo this, like fuck with the weapon, right? Because like, again, we also don't want to like activate the thing
While you're here.
just like destroy Galarian. Like this is like a Death Star Planet Buster thing. We don't want to do that. So we need to completely redesign. Because here's what I'm thinking. Again, sorry, I know I'm rambling. The worlds, the stars, they're gathering that energy and sending it to the middle. The energy gathering, that's fine. No notes. We don't need to do anything with that. But it's the center part that needs to be modified, because right now it's set to kill. We need to set it to accelerate time around a time relative subspace field. Basically, completely, we need to use that energy source for completely different technology. So we might have to build something off-world and bring it here, and then just use this as the energy source to fuel that thing. Khan would know better than me.
Khan will need to learn more next time.
And Bix and Cassandra Lee, when she's finally free, like they're gonna maybe help out too. Maybe her whole
Trust me, after next session, you'll have a much better idea of what you should do.
Yes, thank you. I feel like we're missing.
Right now, you're missing some information, and you will learn. Next session, you'll have a much better idea of what you should do. I think this is a great place for us to stop. We've got to precisely where I was hoping to get to, uniting the tribes. Next time we come together, we can get them all together, evacuate them, see what's up inside this planet. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. This was a whole lot. This was a lot of deep talk this time. Glad to see that the plans are coming together. All the lore lovers, rejoice. But we will see you next time. Bye everyone.
Bye.